At my boyfriend's birthday party. I went to get the cake and arrived half an hour late. When I pushed the door open, I saw my boyfriend kissing his childhood friend passionately. My boyfriend explained as usual. Don't be angry. Yao Yao lost a game. And I was just helping her out. I've long been tired of hearing such words, however. This time I didn't make a scene or lose my temper. I turned and sat down next to my boyfriend's good friend, Pei Yanchuan, amidst the teasing of those around us. My boyfriend kissed his childhood sweetheart more deeply. I tugged at Pei Yanchuan's hand under the tablecloth and whispered to him, Pei Yanchuan, do you want to kiss me? Pei Yanchuan unceremoniously grabbed my waist and sneered. Reason. I looked guilty. I said your lips are softer than his. Do you believe it? Today is Chinggue's birthday. How about we change the punishment since Han Yao lost the game? Great. How about we punish Han Yao by making her kiss Chingu? Anyway, Chinggue's girlfriend isn't here, so he can do whatever he wants. It has to be a French kiss. Right. Han Yao definitely won't mind. But Chingu, don't hold back. The voices of Qin Cheng's gang of friends seeped through the crack in the door. Each word struck me like a hammer on the forehead. I glanced at the cake I was holding in my arms, my hand unconsciously curling up. The marks left on my fingers still bore the red impressions from the cake. Some pained, I numbly pushed open the door. The room fell silent in an instant. Meanwhile, Qin Cheng was still kissing Zhao Han passionately. When Qin Cheng saw me, he instinctively pushed Zhao Han Yao away. Don't be angry. Okay. Just now, Yao Yao lost in a big adventure, and I kissed her to help her out. Zhao Han Yao chimed in from the side. Yeah. Sister Wan Wan. Don't be angry. Or else it would be so embarrassing for Chingu. Everyone was waiting to see my next reaction. I looked around and smiled, calmly placed the cake on the table. Such things had happened not less than 100 times during my relationship with Qin Cheng. At least 99 times. At first, I would still get angry. I would yell at Zhao Hanyu, scolding her for being shameless and trying to seduce someone else's boyfriend. I often got so worked up that I couldn't sleep at night. I called Qin Cheng, let him take the initiative to stay away from Zhao Hanyao, but every time, he would say, we have been good friends since we were little. Don't tarnish our relationship. Blocked it back. But this time, watching them once again harmonize to cover up the truth, I suddenly felt tired. Let it be like this. You all continue. I'll take a break. The crowd finally let me go. Shifting their gaze, I glanced over at the couple entangled with each other again. I looked towards the solitary figure in the corner. I paused. Then she sat down beside him without hesitation. Pei Yanchuan, do you want to kiss me? Pei Yanchuan picked up his glass. Subtly avoiding my planned attempt to hook his hand, he took a small sip of his drink. Reason. I said, your lips are softer than his. Do you believe it? My gaze uncontrollably fell on his rolling Adam's apple. So sexy. I swallowed hard instinctively, across the table, under the teasing of those around her. Zhao Hanyao took the initiative to put a birthday hat on Qin Cheng. She even lit the candles for him and started singing the birthday song. A scene of joy, unintentionally. I locked eyes with Pei Yanchuan. He unabashedly grabbed my waist, pointing at Qin Cheng, who was flirting with Zhao Hanyu across the way. A cold laugh escaped. After all these years, do you still remember me? A hint of bitterness welled up in my heart as I tugged at his sleeve and whispered, Pei Yanchuan, actually, all these years, I've really missed you. Do you think of me while you're talking about missing me and looking at other men? Zhou Wanxing, do you even have a heart? Before I could explain, Pei Yanchuan then released his grip on me and left through the door. Inside the room, a group of people was busy gathering around Qin Cheng and Zhao Hanyao. They didn't even hear what Pei Yanchuan had just said. Hey, why did Brother Chuan leave? He's probably gone to smoke. Come on, let's continue celebrating Chinggue's birthday. I stood there in a daze. Before long, I was pulled by Qin Cheng to the front of the cake. He thoughtfully placed the birthday hat on my head. In a gentle tone, Wan Wan, can you make my birthday wish this year? Just wish that we can be together for a lifetime. Okay. I looked at Qin Cheng's sincere confession. I just feel speechless. It's always like this. He first flirts with Zhao Hanyao, and then uses someone else to cheer me up. If I get angry, he just says I have a bad temper and can't tolerate others. Even the only sister in his circle of friends couldn't be accommodated. I used to make a fuss about it, but now I don't care anymore. I just stood there quietly watching him perform. In fact, Qin Cheng and I are not in a free relationship. but rather a family alliance, but at the very beginning. He did promise me that he would treat me wholeheartedly. So I have also sincerely treated this relationship, but after witnessing him and Zhao Hanyao being affectionate with each other time and again without any reservations. My once unbreakable heart has grown cold. So I decided to let it go. Qin Ching saw that I was silent and thought I was still angry. He didn't press me to speak anymore. He turned around and pulled Zhao Hanyao up. Cutting the cake together with her. He said, Wan Wan doesn't like cake, so let's share it among us brothers. Okay. It seemed he was trying to justify his own actions, but no one cared. Zhao Hanyao naturally took his hand, smiling as she said, Sure. It's Ching's birthday today. I won't spoil the fun. After saying that, she casually glanced at me. I've long been accustomed to such scenes, lost in my own world. I lowered my head to play on my phone. Meanwhile, their group was in an uproar. Zhao Hanyao playfully smeared cream on Qin Cheng's nose. Qin Cheng then retaliated by smearing the cake on her tight short top. Exposing her belly button, Zhao Hanyao struggled, and the two of them fell onto the nearby sofa together. Those who didn't know might think they were a couple, flirting with each other. I lowered my head to play on my phone, not wanting to get involved with them, but Zhao Hanyao walked up to me. She picked up a piece of cake and smiled as she handed it to me. Jijia Wan Wan. Try this piece of cake. It's really delicious. I didn't even look and refused. I don't like eating cake. But this cake is really delicious. Right. Chenggu. Qin Cheng nodded for a moment. Everyone looked at me. Zhao Hanyao continued. So, Wan Wan Jia, you should try it. This cake is really delicious, and today is Ching's birthday. Usually, it's fine if you dampen his spirits. But today, can you please not ruin his mood? After saying that, she looked at me with a smug expression. I look at the sweet, rich cake in her hand, then I glance at the silent Qin Cheng not far away. If it were in the past, I would make a scene. I would argue. Zhao Hanyao naturally said that she wouldn't give Qin Cheng any face. She even threw a little tantrum at his birthday party, but this time it was different. I chose to take the cake. Sure enough, the next second, I saw Zhao Hanyou's expression as if she had eaten something unpleasant. She stared at me with wide eyes. Unable to believe it, I felt a little relieved inside. I took a small bite of the cake. It was cloyingly sweet. As annoying as ever, Qin Cheng didn't know when he had walked up to my side. He took the cake from my hands, a hint of astonishment in his eyes. Aren't you the one who doesn't like cake? I nodded. Indeed. I don't like it. And I won't eat it again. He finished speaking, wiped his mouth, and intended to leave. Crash. The sound of a wine glass shattering came from across the room. I looked over. It turned out that Zhao Hanyao accidentally knocked over the wine glass and shattered it. Turning my head again, Qin Cheng pushed me aside and ran to Zhao Hanyao's side. Chenggu, I'm fine. I just accidentally broke the wine glass and cut my hand. What do you mean it's nothing? You've already lost so much blood and it's still nothing. Zhao Hanyao sniffed, putting on a brave face. A little blood is no big deal. If worse comes to worst, I just want participate in the piano competition tomorrow. Qin Cheng held a tissue to bandage her up. What's so good about the piano competition? They'll call them tomorrow and have them bring the prize directly to you. The phone vibrated. Come out. The rooftop is waiting for you. I recognized at a glance that the message was sent by Pei Yanchuan. I just wasn't in the mood to watch this nauseating drama unfold between those two shameless lovers any longer. Rooftop. Pei Yanchuan held a cigarette loosely in his hand when he saw me coming. He slowly put it away. I bounced over to his side, happily. I hugged his waist. Pei Yanqi, I came over in less than 5 minutes. You have to give me a reward. Pei Yanchuan ruthlessly pulled me away. Zhou Wanqing. Break up with him. I was stunned for a few seconds and released my grip on his arm. The voice was dull. But my family is going bankrupt. And if I break up with him, my dad will be chased by creditors tomorrow. Pei Yanchuan's expression grew increasingly somber. So, you mean you just want me to be comforted? I nervously fidgeted with my fingers and said softly, of course not, it's just. Pei Yanchuan's dark eyes grew colder with my stammering. He directly grabbed my wrist and pulled me into his embrace. Speak. I didn't have time to react. My lips accidentally brushed against his Adam's apple. It was a tingling sensation. It made my heart tingle. I blinked and gently tugged at his collar, saying, but if you want me to break up with my current boyfriend, shouldn't you compensate me with another boyfriend? Pei Yanchuan's tone suddenly turned a bit colder. Who do you want? My heart raced like thunder, the hand pressed against his chest felt like it was on fire right now. I just want to hold him and kiss him. This feeling of impulse has never been present when I am with Qingqing, even when I saw him and Zhao Hanyao embracing and kissing. I was never this angry. I suddenly thought of the physiological attraction I came across online a few days ago. It's hard to resist the urge to get close to each other, just want to stick to each other, the moment I see him. I can't help but feel happy. I want to talk. I want to hug him, even more. I want to kiss him. I have only seen this situation with Zhao Hanyao. She is like this towards Qingqing. She constantly wants to be close to Qingqing. It doesn't matter even if he has a girlfriend. Qingqing also indulged her. It seems that they should have mutual feelings for each other. I let out a deep breath of frustration. I end the chilling gaze of Pei Yanchuan. I wrapped my arms around his neck. I tilted my head and kissed him. Pei Yanchuan. I only want you, after kissing for a long time. Pei Yanchuan didn't respond at all. I reluctantly pulled away, but the next second, he held me tightly again. My teeth brushed against his lips. I let out a painful cry. He extended his tongue to wrap around my wound, gently licking it. I don't know how long it took before he finally let me go. All I felt was a tingling in my lips and a languidness in my body. I just wanted to collapse in his arms, but Pei Yanchuan did not comply with my wishes. There was still desire in his eyes, but his voice was very cold and hard. Then break up with Qingqing right now. The rooftop was too cold, but we stayed there for a while before coming down. Restroom. I am checking the wound at the corner of my lips. It's small and not very noticeable, but it still hurts a bit, however. Just thinking about how Pei Yanchuan agreed to my unreasonable request, I felt a bubbling happiness inside. The phone vibrated again. It was a message from Qingqing. Where have you been? Don't forget we agreed to go get the certificate tomorrow. I lowered my head and replied, Qingqing, I've thought it through. Let's break up. If you want, you can take Zhao Hanya to get the certificate. Wan Wan, stop throwing a tantrum. Yao Yao is like a little sister to me. She was wrong to let you have the cake today, and I've already taught her a lesson. Once we get the certificate, they'll make it up to you properly. That time, let her give you a big wedding gift. As for me, they'll just keep my distance from her in the future. Isn't that enough? So this is what it means to play the lute to a cow. I turned off my phone and didn't look at it again. As I walked out of the bathroom, I happened to run into Zhao Hanya. She cast a contemptuous glance at me and snorted coldly. So what if you get a marriage certificate with Qinggu? Qinggu likes me in his heart. I didn't even look at her. Turning around and walking away, restaurant lobby. I happily ran up to Pei Yanchuan. I picked up my phone to show him the chat history between Qingqing and me. Pei Yanchuan, I broke up. Pei Yanchuan glanced at my phone screen. I immediately jumped into his arms. Boyfriend, can we go home together now? Pei Yanchuan's lips curled slightly. Yes, when I arrived at Pei Yanchuan's house, his assistant had already purchased all the daily necessities, and Pei Yanchuan took a phone call and left. He explained to me that he would be very busy with work from then on. Let me stay at home peacefully for these few days. As for my family's bankruptcy, he said just leave it to him. I nodded obediently. I even asked him for a good night kiss before letting him go, but just as I was starting to feel sleepy, the vibration of my phone interrupted me. It turned out to be a group chat with Qingqing and his gang of brothers. They were frantically sending messages. All of them were photos from tonight's birthday party. It's ridiculous that as the main characters of the birthday party, Qingqing and I didn't take a single photo together. Instead, the group is filled with many photos of Zhao Hanyao and Qingqing together. There's even a video longer than 2 minutes of Zhao Hanyao and Qingqing kissing. I end the group. One of Qingqing's little brothers is Ian Jimmy. Where's my sister-in-law? The last to arrive today and the first to leave. What does that mean? She really doesn't take my Qinggu seriously. Exactly. Zhou Wanxing. What do you mean by that? Are you jealous to the point of taking it out on our group of brothers? Is it really necessary? The little bit of hurt from being let down by Qingqing had faded significantly. I didn't respond to their mockery. I just announced in the group that Qingqing and I have broken up. Then I left the group chat decisively. Although I left the group, many mutual friends still reached out to me. Wow. Sister-in-law, are you serious? Think it over carefully. Your family is about to go bankrupt. And if you leave Qinggu now, you'll have nothing left. Zhou Wanxing. It's better for you to break up with Qinggu sooner. He's finally free. If your family is going bankrupt, it should look like it. Why pretend all day long? If you beg me now to spend a night with you, I guarantee you'll never have to worry about food and drink for the rest of your life. Zhao Hanyao also sent a message. Zhou Wanqing. Do you think you can threaten Qinggu with a breakup? Just give it up. Qinggu has always loved me. Even if you were to die, it wouldn't shake my position in Qinggu's heart. I didn't reply at all. I treated them all the same. Sending them the 3-piece set of blocking and deleting. Just finished dealing with things and was about to rest. Then I heard the sound of the door opening. It was Pei Yanchuan who had returned. I hugged my pillow and went out to look for him. Pei Yanchuan was slightly taken aback when he said, me, can't sleep. I instinctively nestled into his arms and nodded. I can't sleep when you're not here. I tightened my grip around his waist, naturally. I brushed against his abdominal muscles, firm and very well-defined. My hand continued to move downward. Pei Yanchuan quickly moved my hand away. His voice had a slightly hoarse quality, yet it was unexpectedly sexy. Have you thought this through this time? I shyly bit my lip and nodded firmly with a flushed face. I've thought it through. I like you. I want to be with you. No way. I thought that as long as I took the initiative, he would agree. I didn't expect that he would actually reject me. He decisively wrapped me up tightly and stuffed me back into the quilt. Since you've thought it through, then let's go get the marriage certificate together tomorrow. I was momentarily unable to keep up with his train of thought. Stunned in place, Pei Yanchuan raised his hand to tilt my chin. Does your mouth still hurt? I nudged the wound at the corner of my lip. It still hurts a bit. He sighed and tucked the blanket around me. Then get a good rest tonight. We'll talk tomorrow. After saying that, he was about to leave. I bit my lip, grabbed his sleeve, and whispered, Pei Yanchuan, what's wrong? I'm going to have my period next week. I'll go get you some sanitary pads. I don't want. I lifted the blanket and crawled beside him. In a voice only the two of us could hear, I said, I only want you. As Pei Yanchuan was lost in thought. I had already tilted my head and kissed him when he finally reacted. He lowered his head and deepened the kiss forcefully. At first, his movements with his hands were still quite stiff. I didn't know where to put it. My hands were propped up on the bed. Gradually, I relaxed, his long fingers hooked under my chin. Drawing me closer to him, the kiss deepened continuously. My happy cells were all clamoring. I instinctively wanted to lift his shirt. Pei Yanchuan suddenly stopped. Zhou Wanqing. He softly called my name. The night outside was ambiguous. It accentuated his handsome features even more. His voice seemed to be hoarse to the limit. You can stop now. Go get the certificate with Qingqing tomorrow. Everything is still in time. In response, I bit down hard on his Adam's apple. By the time I reacted again, he has already taken off his white shirt. Tomorrow morning, get up and go with me to get the marriage certificate. Zhou Wanqing, if you dare to lie to me again, I won't let you go. His kisses grew heavier. The oxygen in my chest has almost been completely plundered. I don't know how long has passed. I can barely muster the strength to breathe. It over. I'm so tired. Pei Yanchuan turned me over and tucked my hair into his hand. Wan. Not yet. You kissed my Adam's apple. I instinctively complied. Then I fainted from exhaustion. Pei Yanchuan was very efficient. The next day, while I was still in a deep sleep, he drove me to the Civil Affairs Bureau. In less than 10 minutes. I got 2 marriage certificates. I can't believe it. Just in the span of one day. I actually got married, and my spouse is Pei Yanchuan. Pei Yanchuan ruthlessly snatched the marriage certificate from my hand. What? Having second thoughts, I was still in shock from the realization that I was married. I stared at him blankly. No. That's not it, but Pei Yanchuan seemed to stubbornly insist. Putting the marriage certificate into the document bag. He didn't even give me a chance to look at it one more time. Now you regret and want to find Qingqing. It's useless. Wan, I've given you a chance. I opened my mouth, wanting to explain. Meanwhile, Pei Yanchuan answered the secretary's call. Before long, he had arranged the details for the upcoming business trip. Before leaving, he tightly grasped my wrist. Zhou Wanqing, you are married now. You are not allowed to see Qingqing again. Leave Dad's matters to me. When I come back, we will go see him together. I nodded. Pei Yanchuan didn't know what was wrong, suddenly letting out a long sigh. Then the driver took me home alone, while Pei Yanchuan took a flight and left, going abroad for business. At least 14 days, Pei Yanchuan has been on a business trip these few days. My dad has called me several times. He said the company received a big deal, easily netting a small target. Let me be a bit tougher, and not always be so submissive in front of Qingqing, right? I haven't told my dad that I've already broken up. Dad, I broke up with Qin Ching. There was silence on the other end of the line for several seconds, then my dad's deep voice came through. It's fine that you broke up. Our company is doing better now, so it's no big deal without him. When your dad makes some money, you can find as many boyfriends as you want. Dad's got your back. I hesitated for a long time in my heart. I still didn't tell him that Pei Yanchuan and I were already married. In the evening, Pei Yanchuan's call came as scheduled. He has been on a business trip these past few days. He calls me at 8 o'clock every night without fail. He asks me what I did all day and what I ate. I answered one by one. On the other end of the phone, I heard his secretary's voice. Mr. Pei, Miss Lin Jaime has already checked into the hotel. Do you want to go over now? Although the secretary's voice was very soft, I still heard it. I lowered my head, fiddling with the charm on my phone case. My head felt numb. Zhou Wanqing, do you want to come to America? Are you going to work for a long time? Yeah. At least another week. My heart felt a pang of bitterness. I silently refused. I don't like America. It seems there's nothing left to talk about. Silence fell on both ends of the phone. Zhou Wanqing, I remember in high school, you said you really liked the beaches of the West Coast. Shall we go together during our honeymoon? He suddenly said these two sentences. It made my heart race. It turns out, the things from high school are not only remembered by me. Bored at home alone, I thought about going out for a stroll. By the way, buy a gift for Pei Yanchuan as well. He has indeed been very busy lately. Every time I receive his call, I can hear the undeniable fatigue in his voice, yet he still calls me at the same time every day. Walk into a men's clothing store. I had been here a few times before to buy a gift for my dad. Overall, the style here is quite diverse, suitable for all ages. Moreover, I had long set my sights on a leopard print tie from their family. Previously, I hesitated to get it because I didn't have anyone in mind to gift it to, but now, seeing that tie, I suddenly thought of Pei Yanchuan. He tied it up. It must look great. I just asked the waiter to take it down for me. Then I heard a familiar voice. Chenggu, I took a long time to pick this wedding gift. You will definitely like it. All right. How could I not like what you picked? My gaze uncontrollably shifted towards the two people at the door. Zhao Hanyao held Qin Cheng's hand. Their fingers intertwined. The ambiguity between the two was clearly visible. The unsuspecting waiter approached proactively. Excuse me, miss, would you like to buy something for your boyfriend? Zhao Hanyo's face instantly turned red upon hearing this. She lowered her head, unsure of what she murmured softly. Qin Cheng stood by, smiling slightly, then he affectionately rubbed her nose. Suddenly, he turned around and saw me sitting nearby. Qin Cheng's hand instinctively retracted behind his back. The joy on Zhao Hanya's face also froze in an instant, but it wasn't long. She came running over, full of excitement, pulling my arm and acting cute. Sister Wanwan buying a tie for uncle. But the leopard print tie you're looking at doesn't really suit uncle. It's for brother Cheng. Right. Why not give it to me? I can use it as a wedding gift for brother Cheng. It's all the same anyway. Zhao Hanyao raised her hand to take the tie and put it on Qin Cheng. I slapped her hand away. I've already bought this one. Please don't touch it. Upon hearing this, Zhao Hanyo's eyes instantly turned red. Her voice was low, tinged with a hint of tears. She turned and ran behind Qin Cheng. Chenggu, I'm going abroad next week, so it seems I won't be able to give you your wedding gift, but it's okay. After all, this is a gift that Sister Wanwan picked out for you first. As for me, it will be just fine to bring you a gift when I return in 5 years. Chenggu, is that okay? She pretended to be pitiful and tugged at Qin Cheng's hem. I was almost speechless with laughter. No one else can turn a trip abroad into a matter of life and death. Besides, is there really no express delivery when you go abroad? And it's just 5 years. Can't you even come home for the New Year and festivals? Is the Zhao family going bankrupt too? Bankrupt to a degree worse than my family. Can't even afford a plane ticket back home. I stood by with my arms crossed, watching Zhao Hanyao put on a show with cold eyes. I've had this kind of experience before, however. That time it was Qin Cheng who bought a gift for my dad. My dad loves jade, and Qin Cheng, knowing his preferences, chose a piece of high-quality jade. The engagement banquet had just begun. Qin Cheng took the jade and went to give it to my dad. As a result, Zhao Hanyao suddenly jumped out and said that her dad also particularly liked that piece of jade. My dad felt that on such a big day, there was no need to be unhappy over a small incident. So he passed the jade on to her. Afterwards, I specifically sought out Qin Ching to talk about this matter, but he only comforted me earnestly. Yao Yao has a poor relationship with her father. She values that piece of jade merely to ease their father-daughter relationship. I shouldn't hold on to her for such trivial matters, after all. It will be me who marries him in the future, and Zhao Hanyao is just a good friend of his. Scenes from the past replayed one after another. By the time I came to my senses, Qin Ching has already walked up to me. He earnestly advised me, Wan Wan, you can give me a gift anytime. There's no need to specifically choose these days around my birthday. Listen to me. Give the tie to Yao Yao. After all, she will be going abroad in a few days. After saying that, he turned around and patted Zhao Hanyu on the back, laughing. You little rascal. Are you trying to weasel out of it to save yourself the chance to give me a gift this time? I'm telling you. No way. You have to give me this gift today. Saying this, Qin Ching affectionately pinched Zhao Hanyu's nose. Upon hearing this, Zhao Hanyu instantly broke into a joyful smile. Oh. How terrible. Qinggu. You're really annoying. She lowered her head and bit the hand that Qin Ching was using to pinch her nose. The two of them became entangled once again. I watched their interaction. Feeling utterly nauseated, I picked up the packed bag and was about to leave. Qin Ching caught a glimpse of me walking with a bag. He immediately called out to me and stepped forward to grab the bag. Wan Wan. Where are you going? Leave the tie. Give it to Qiued. I dug at my ear and asked Qin Ching with a puzzled expression. Are you calling me? Sorry, but this tie was the one I had my eye on first, and I swiped my card to buy it. So what does it have to do with you? Secondly, Qin Ching, I remember telling you that we broke up. So why should I listen to you? My volume did not diminish. The other customers in the store also turned to look when they heard the sound. Qin Ching valued face the most. Zhao Hanyao regarded Qin Ching as the most important person to protect. Her eyes immediately turned red. Wan Wan. Why do you have to say such things to hurt Qinggu? Do you think that because Qinggu loves you, you can trample on his dignity without restraint? Not only did you leave the birthday party early, but the next day, the day we agreed to get the marriage certificate, you actually ran away from the wedding. Besides, this tie was either given by you or me. In the end, it's all for Qinggu. What's the difference? Do you really need to be so serious about it? Wan Wan Jia, do you even have a heart? Is there still a place for Qinggu in your heart? I was once again infuriated to the point of laughter. What on earth is this about? I directly pulled away Qin Cheng's hand, took out the tie, and put it into my backpack, buttoned up and confirming that it wouldn't be taken away by anyone at all. Only then did I raise my head and glance at them. Zhao Hanyao. Who gave you the tie? You know in your heart whether it makes a difference, and besides, this tie was bought by me. I can give it to whoever I want. And it has nothing to do with you two boundaryless dogs, Zhou Wanqing. Your family is about to go bankrupt. And out of respect for Qinggu, I call you sister. How can you speculate about my relationship with Qinggu like this? Zhou Wanqing, your thoughts are too disgusting. Zhao Hanyou's tears indeed began to fall in drops, standing beside her. Qin Cheng's expression also darkened. Wan Wan, how could you spread rumors about such a little girl like Yao Yao? We're just friends. You know that. You've really let me down. With that, he took Zhao Hanyou's hand. He directly raised his hand and pushed me away. Before I could react, I was pushed to the ground. I let out a cry of pain. It seemed like my ankle was twisted, and I couldn't get up. Qin Cheng's expression changed, and he immediately turned around to hold me in his arms. He looked tense. Wan Wan, are you okay? I just accidentally. Zhao Hanyu, who turned around to see the scene, instantly turned pale. She was so distraught that she accidentally bumped into a nearby shelf. With a loud crash, the glass shelf collapsed with a thunderous sound. The falling shards seemed to have accidentally grazed her arm, and she let out a sharp scream. Yao Yao. Just now, Qin Cheng, who had a face full of apologies towards me, hearing the voice, he immediately abandoned me. He ran towards Zhao Hanyao. It's okay, Qi. Don't be afraid. I'm right here with you. Let's go to the hospital now. They'll find the best doctor to treat you. Your wounds definitely won't leave scars. I leaned against the side, smiling as Qin Cheng hurriedly carried Zhao Hanyao and ran towards the outside. The waiter also came over to help me. leading me to the nearby lounge. As I passed by that mess, I heard the cleaning staff grumbling. Not a drop of blood was shed. Are you sure there will be a scar? These two are acting like they're in a soap opera. All dramatic and over the top. It's just too funny. Upon hearing this, I also chuckled softly. After all, they really are amusing. There's nothing wrong with my foot, I just twisted it accidentally. It doesn't affect my walking. When I was almost home, the sky had already darkened. Pei Yanchuan has not been home these days. So I moved back to my little room. Wan Wan. A familiar voice suddenly came from behind. I turned around and saw Qing Qing. He was wearing a deep gray suit, holding our engagement ring in his hand. That suit was the outfit we had agreed to wear when we went to get our marriage licensed. I had originally planned to wear a cream-colored dress with him, but in the end, Zhao Hanya also had her eye on that dress. She said that if she wore that dress to the class reunion, she would definitely outshine everyone, and Qing Qing naturally agreed with her. He bought the dress and gave it to her. As for me, I no longer had the mood to look. I just casually bought something online, and yesterday, the delivery was automatically refunded because it had been left unclaimed for too long. Now looking at Qing Qing in this suit, I can only feel the irony. Qing Qing ran towards me quickly, holding a diamond ring in his hand. I hadn't even had the chance to speak. My hand was already grasped by Qing Qing. He slipped the ring onto my middle finger. Then he hugged me tightly. Wan Wan. It's my fault. I've thought about it for a long time, and I still feel that we should go get our marriage certificate sooner. I didn't give you face at the last birthday party, and that was my mistake. Once we get the certificate, I will definitely keep my distance from Zhao Hanya. Okay. Qing Qing's fingers forcefully wedged between my fingers, their fingers intertwined. His affectionate gaze was anything but feigned. I know that every time you tell me to break up, it's just a warning for me to stay away from Zhao Hanyao. I understand what you mean. So let's go get our marriage certificate first thing tomorrow morning. After we get married, I will definitely be devoted to you and will no longer have any inappropriate behavior with Zhao Hanyao. It turns out he knew that his actions with Zhao Hanyao had crossed the line, but what good is it to say these things now? I pushed him away forcefully. She threw the ring from her hand at him. Qing Qing, I forgot to tell you. I married Pei Yanchuan just last Thursday, the day after your birthday. We got together. Qing Qing was stunned for 2 seconds, then he started to laugh. Wan Wan. That's not funny at all. Even jokes should have their limits. And this one isn't funny at all. He raised his hand to pull me, trying to push me into his car. A dark shadow blocked his line of sight. He forcefully pried my hand away from Qing Qing's. It was Pei Yanchuan. He returned early. Are you okay? I shook my head. His palm was warm, which inexplicably made me feel very secure. Qing Qing's gaze fell on the hands clasped between Pei Yanchuan and me, furrowing my brows. Wan Wan. You all. I raised high the hand I was holding with Pei Yanchuan. I smiled and said, I'm not joking. Pei Yanchuan and I really got our marriage certificate. In fact, I met Pei Yanchuan back in high school, but at that time, he was the good student in the class, while I was the slacker, the female tyrant of the class, relying on a bit of pocket money at home, often skipping classes in school, also frequently bringing a phone to school. If it gets confiscated, just buy another one. If that gets taken, buy another again. Anyway, I was just a bad student in the eyes of the teacher who didn't study well. At first, I just thought he was quite handsome, but once I learned that he was the top student in the grade, the little fluttering in my heart returned to calm once again. After all, it seems that there is a natural reproductive isolation between good students and bad students. At that time, I only felt that good students like Pei Yanchuan looked down on us bad students who didn't study well and loved to cause trouble. So we were in the same class for nearly 3 years. I hardly spoke a word to him that year in senior high school. As the college entrance examination approached, the homeroom teacher, in order to improve the graduation rate, had good students help us poor performers with extra lessons. Coincidentally, the person assigned to me was Pei Yanchuan. I thought he would be like those others in the class, going through the motions and just appeasing the teacher. I didn't expect that he actually took the time to look at my monthly exam papers since my senior year. He even summarized my weaknesses in each subject. I still remember. That day the sun was setting in the west, the other students had all gone to dinner, only he stood by my desk, racing against time to give me extra lessons. Zhou Wanqing. Is there a place you particularly want to go? A place I want to go? Of course. It's the United States. The beaches of the West Coast, tall palm trees, the the salty sea breeze. Do you want to go with me? I didn't hear it clearly the first time. When I asked again, he looked at me with focused eyes. Zhou Wanqing. What I mean is, I like you and want to be with you. Is that okay? Is that okay? Is that okay? The person I liked since the first time we met in the first year of high school, he confessed to me. Should I agree? I want to. But I'm a bad student. Good students and bad students don't mix, but I can't help the flutter in my heart. I agreed. In the moment he was distracted. I kissed his lips. It didn't matter anymore. Life is about enjoying the moment, after all. Who in the class doesn't know that he and the class representative for Chinese, Lin Haimei, are the well-known golden boy and jade girl? They not only go to and from school together, they also often hang out. Going to movies together. I've run into him several times. So. I only regarded this relationship as a little interlude in my boring senior year. I didn't expect he would take it seriously. He talked about our underground romance at school later. I graduated from high school after 3 years of mischief. I successfully got into a junior college. Meanwhile, he received an admission letter from Peking University. After the graduation class meeting ended, he stood in front of the whole class, holding a bouquet of gardenias that I liked, with a determined gaze. He looked at me and spoke a bit shyly. Hello everyone. I am Zhou. I knew he was about to make our relationship public, but this was far beyond what I had planned. So. I immediately stopped him. I pulled him out of the classroom and ran to the playground. I snatched the beautiful gardenia from his hand and crushed it underfoot. Pei Yanchuan. I admit that I used to like you. But now, I don't like you anymore. I am the future. You should focus on your studies at Peking University, and I will concentrate on my college. We will both have bright futures, you know. I'm a bad student. I act on a whim. And you were just a little bit of fun in my boring high school life. So I hope we won't see each other again from now on. Let's leave it at that. After saying that, I ran away. I can't quite explain what I was thinking at the time. I just felt that someone as outstanding and capable as Pei Yanchuan shouldn't be with a bad student like me. We just don't match, from beginning to end. Later on, I didn't go to college. My dad made me repeat a year. And then I went to a university in Europe. Later on, I met Qin Qing. In family marriages, it doesn't really matter whether there are feelings or not, it's all for the family's interests. However, for the sake of appearances, I still take it quite seriously. It's just that there's one more Zhao Hanyao, but it's also thanks to Zhao Hanyao it was she who made me realize that one must be impulsive for love at least once, otherwise one would truly regret it. Qin Qing has left. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say he fled in disgrace, but after all, money still needs to be made. Moreover, we are all in the same circle. If the relationships become too strained, it won't work out. I withdrew my gaze. A chill ran through my fingers. The evening breeze was a bit chilly. Pei Yanchuan wrapped me in his coat. Wan Wan. My ring is better than his. I lowered my head and smiled silently. Fingers unconsciously rubbed the edge of the diamond ring. It seemed to be engraved with some letters. Pei Yanchuan continued. Haimei is getting married. Shall we go together? She hasn't seen you in a long time either. I tilted my head and bit his lip. You just love to tease me about the past. The night after the birthday party reunion, when feelings ran deep. He asked me why I rejected him back then. I was utterly exhausted. With a deep breath, I laid out the misunderstanding that Lin Haimei was the person he liked back then. It was only later, while studying abroad, that I discovered our social circles overlapped and that Lin Haimei was actually Pei Yanchuan's cousin. It turned out that everything back then was a big misunderstanding. Pei Yanchuan lowered his head and bit my ear. His voice focused. Teasing you, Wan Wan. I haven't even had the chance to tell you I love you. How could I possibly bully you? Just as he was saying this, he suddenly lowered his head and kissed me. Love. Once spoken of. So this is what it looks like. So nice. After I confronted my dad, things progressed faster. The two families met soon after and set the wedding date. The wedding venue was tacitly chosen by both Pei Yanchuan and me to be on the beach at the west coast. The wedding day was bustling with excitement. Pei Yanchuan also invited many of our high school classmates from back in the day. They all looked at me and Pei Yanchuan with disbelief. All right. Class representative. You actually took our Wan Jia away. I felt something was off about the way you looked at Wan Jia back in high school. Did you use some kind of trick? Pei Yanchuan replied uniformly. I didn't use any tricks. It's all from the heart, finally. There came a series of tut sounds. The phone vibrated. An unfamiliar call. I answered with a smile. Hello. I am Zhou Wanqing. Is there something you need? The other side was silent for a long time. Long enough for me to think the phone was broken. Only then did I hear a voice, Wan Wan. As long as you're happy. I won't disturb you anymore. After saying that, the call ended. I continued to dance with Pei Yinchuan in the center of the stage. Later, I heard that Qin Qing was ill, severe depression. Zhao Hanyao took care of him without hesitation. It seems that their feelings have been laid bare, and the two smoothly came together. Zhao Hanyao is also pregnant with his child, however. It wasn't long. I soon heard the news that Qin Qing had jumped off a building to commit suicide. The reasons for the suicide are unclear, but that had nothing to do with me, after all. They are all unworthy people, not worth affecting my mood. End of text.